many people have asked this question, but what is the use of my motor third party? Why do I have to spend? By the way, why does police have to arrest me or my vehicle? Why do I get that express penalty ticket for not having a motor third party? Now, motor third party goes with insurance. And that's why I have the CEO, Uganda Insurers Association, Jonan Kisache, with me this morning. And they have launched a new campaign that is called Vuga Kushua, All Drive Sure. What this is, what entails, my guest is here and he will be responding to all that. Kisache, you're most welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nyonyintono. Good morning to our viewers. My name is, as introduced, Jonan Kisache. I'm happy to be in the studios, and I look forward to an informative sort of discussion. Yeah.
Now, a quick one. When we talk about the Uganda Insurers Association, briefly let us know what is this all about and what is your mandate?
Okay. Well, thank you very much for that question. Now the Uganda Insurers Association is a member body that brings together all licensed insurers and reinsurers in the country. We were founded in 1965. Really, our primary mandate is to work together as an industry collaboratively by ensuring that we represent the views of our members, by ensuring that we support enactment of favorable legislation for insurance, by ensuring that we undertake research or conduct research that informs the industry in terms of product development and better service delivery. But we also represent the views of our members to government and even to the regulator, because the industry is regulated by the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda. So in engagements with the regulator, engagements with government, we represent the licensees who then carry the risk. And one of those risks we carry is the motor third party risk. But again, if you look at the insurance industry, specifically, if I could just give you a bit of numbers in terms of how we support economic growth and development, annually we pay taxes almost close to about 300 billion per year.
300 billion?
We contribute about 300 billion in taxes.
And how many licensed insurance companies?
We have a total of about 36 members currently. 20 of those are short-term insurers or general insurers. We have members who are licensed to offer long-term insurance, and that is life insurance. Those are 8 in number. We have 4 reinsurers. We have 4 micro-insurers. The industry pays claims of over 400 billion every single year. If you look at specifically motor alone, we pay about 80 billion in claims under motor insurance, including motor third party and motor comprehensive. If you look at motor third party aspect alone, every single month in terms of taxes, we contribute about 1 billion from the sales of motor third party alone. Wow. Our contribution to taxes every month is about 1 to 1.5 billion per month. So the industry contributes positively to economic growth and development. We support our own legislation and our own supervision, and that is the regulator, and also training. These are arms of the government: Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda, Insurance Training College Uganda. Every year we contribute over 20 billion to sustain these institutions. And ideally, these are funds that would come from the consolidated fund, but they are coming from the insurance industry to ensure that we promote the growth and development of the sector.
I'm happy for that investment on the training and the regulator, because really when it comes to Uganda, you're the people in business, but with issues of insurance, there is so little known to the public. Very few people embrace and understand the value of insurance. Absolutely. You find someone has a shop having property, but when an eventuality happens, the first thing you ask them, are you insured? Someone has a school. You know, people have wealth and they know nothing about insurance.
Absolutely.
Those that do, the little they know is the negativity. Now, recently you launched this campaign, Vuga Kushua or Drive Safe. Please tell us more. What is it all about and what do you intend to achieve?
Okay, well, that's a very good question, and I will be addressing it in about two ways. First and foremost, I need to let the viewer out there understand the fact that you have an obligation under the law to ensure that if you're using a motor vehicle or a motorcycle, you have taken up motor third-party insurance. You may not be having this information, but my statistics and the data that I have for 2023 show that only 550,000 motorists bought third party. Out of these, motorcycles were only 122,000.
122,000?
The private cars were only 300,000. And the commercial cars, including the Kamunyes and the commercial vehicles, the buses and all, only 120,000 had motor third party. If you look at the register, even when you try and access information from the Ministry of Transport, Uganda Revenue Authority, there are well over 2 million vehicles on the road. But only 550,000 of those have taken up insurance, which is mandatory by law. So it means that we have over 1 million motorists out there who are on the road and do not have third party. So the purpose of this campaign really is to create awareness and let the public understand, especially the motorists, understand their obligation. Understand that it's an important issue to be on the good side of the law. But also, because motor third party and the spirit of the law was to ensure that as you use your vehicle, you use it responsibly. That if it causes an accident, if it causes an injury to a pedestrian or a person you're carrying in the vehicle, especially for commercial purposes, that person can be compensated in the event of an accident that results into a bodily injury or even death. What that means is that you have over 1 million people who are out there using motor vehicles, and in case of an accident, probably may not be in position to compensate the third parties to whom they are liable. So this campaign, really, the spirit of the campaign is to create awareness, to share the statistics, share the information, and ensure that the public out there is aware of their responsibility. And this responsibility does not only sit with the owner of the motor vehicle, but even you as a passenger. A pedestrian may not be aware, you might not be able to check all the vehicles, but you who is a pedestrian, sorry, a passenger getting into a taxi, for example, can you ensure that that taxi has motor third party? Because it's an obligation by the law, but also at the end of the day, there are advantages that come out of that issue.
Well, Chisache, before you go even any further, please re-echo the use of a motor third party on a motorbike or on a car. Why am I saying so? Because I know, since you're in this business, you've had many Ugandans have not gotten the value for their motor third party, or many Ugandans do not even understand why they pay third party. Absolutely. Many will tell you, you've talked about compensation, but in Uganda there is something, I don't know where it came from, to a sorting. I know you've heard of that.
Absolutely.
An accident happens, people even don't want the traffic to come. That's the police to be Malay. I'll just ask someone, leave alone motor third party is about the person. But if like I've scratched your car, and I'll just come out and say, hey, sorry, well, we either go to your garage or we go to my garage. We sort this. If you've knocked someone, they'll either tell you, well, treat that person, then some money he may spend a bit not able to work, and make an agreement, leave that. So therefore, insurance, and now to be more clear, specific with motor third party, I don't know how many Ugandans can send me a text message and say I benefited from motor third party. So what really is this car sticker I put on my car and police stops me and says, where's your third party? What is the reason I should buy it and what do I stand to benefit?
Okay, so first and foremost, when you buy a policy of insurance, you're buying peace of mind. That is the most important benefit you're buying. That in the event of an accident, I will call upon my policy through the insurer to then probably compensate me if that claim is genuine. So motor third party specifically, if you look at the law, the Motor Vehicles Third Party Risks Law of 1989, the policy is taken out by the owner of the vehicle to protect them against any liabilities for third party claims that are caused by an accident of an insured vehicle that then would result into an injury or death, either to the pedestrian on the road or to the passengers you have in your vehicle that are not necessarily your family. Now, the law is very, very interesting because the law mandates all motorists. You own a motor vehicle, you own a motorcycle, you own a tricycle, you must be able to buy motor third party.
Yes.
So that in the event of an accident, which accident then would injure a pedestrian or result into injuries to those that you have in the vehicle who are not your family, they are compensated. Now, you need to understand that the misconception around motor third party, especially, usually arises out of the fact that those that cause accidents are among the over 1 million who do not have motor third party. And because they are amongst those, then they go into the issue of negotiating. The viewer out there who has taken up a motor third party, there is no need of engaging into negotiations with the person you've injured. Please take that person to the hospital, report the matter to the police, and inform your insurer. Those are the three most important steps. Okay? And I would say that again. Take the injured person
To hospital.
Inform the police, and also inform your insurer. So that then they can be able to come in and intervene. The biggest challenge we've seen is that many times when we get to the scene of the accident or the police station, we discover that the policy either expired or is not valid. The insurer at that point will have nothing to do with that situation because there is no legal attachment. Once the policy expires or once the policy is not valid.
What do you mean by not valid?
Well, we've seen a lot of people taking advantage in terms of offering fraudulent stickers to the public. And I need to warn the public out there that the only way you can purchase the motor third party sticker is through your phone, using either Airtel money or MTN mobile money by dialing *165#. Because we've developed a platform that is linked to government in terms of Uganda Revenue Authority and also in terms of the Ministry of Transport and Works. That is the only way you will be able to get a genuine sticker. Because once you make a payment and you get a reference number, you then take that reference number to an agent of choice, to an insurer of choice, for them to issue with a sticker. Please do not pay the agent. Do not ask the agent to initiate the transaction. Go with the reference number after you've made the payment through the mobile money. We now also have Payway. We have.
So you said I dial?
*165#. *165#. It should be able to give you *165 *4#. *165
Let's repeat that because I want my viewer to get this properly. That's what I was trying to check on my phone. We can do it again. You dial *165 *4#.
If that's MTN.
If that is
that's MTN.
That's MTN.
For Airtel, it's *185 *7#. And you should be able then.
Now we go to Airtel.
Yes.
Our viewer get this properly because I've seen a number of people being conned. Now for Airtel, I dial star
185
185
hash.
star
185 star 7 hash.
7 hash.
Yes.
Now, dear Ugandan, there is no reason why you should say that you are conned when you wanted to get a motor third party. Because we have very smart people. The one will tell you, just go to that petrol station, fuel station, just go to so-and-so sells motor third party. So-and-so sells motor third party. So in case of uncertainty, then that is when you're told that what you have is a chup, is a fake one. And now the situation has to change. So you've said after an accident has occurred, and point of emphasis, motor third party deals with a pedestrian,
absolutely,
people carrying in your car who are not family members,
or passenger in your vehicle,
who are not family members.
Absolutely.
Why does it exonerate family members?
Because you, as the owner of the vehicle, you will be able to compensate. You're liable, and these are your dependents. You can be able then to provide for them. But there's a third party out there where you may not feel that you have an obligation, and therefore there might be a bit of mistreatment in your relationship. So the law then provides that the pedestrian out there must be protected. And how are they protected? By you taking up insurance, to ensure that at the end of the day they get some sort of compensation. Because if it's your family member, you cannot leave your family member without taking them to the hospital, for example, in the event of an accident. But you can easily ignore a pedestrian. So what then is your responsibility? Simply take this pedestrian to the hospital, inform the police, and also be able to inform your insurer, so that at the end of the day this pedestrian has some level of compensation. Okay,
now this takes me to the cost.
Absolutely.
Of the various categories. Let's understand, if I have a matatu or an accessory, if I'm driving my own car, what is the cost of the third party?
Okay, you know, first of all, the cost of third party is clear within the platform.
Okay.
And that's the other advantage of using the platform, because then you pay exactly what is due. So when you use the platform, it will give you actually a computation of the premium that you must pay, which then is picked from your mobile money account. But for a motor private, for example, it is about 68,000 shillings. But I need the viewer out there to understand that I talked about taxes earlier on. Of the 68,000, government will charge a 35,000 shillings stamp duty. And on top of that, there will be an 18% VAT. So that's 68,000. My basic premium as an insurer is about 23,000 shillings. The liability that I carry in the event of an accident is that I will compensate an injured pedestrian or passenger up to 1 million shillings. Remember, I received 23,000 shillings. My liability is up to 1 million. And in an aggregate, in case there are more than 10 victims, my maximum limit, according to the law, is 10 million. But remember, my premium is 23,000 shillings.
And this I pay once
a year. If it's a commercial vehicle, Kamunye, for example, the premium will be about 180,000 shillings. But of that, the pure premium that I take is about 122,000 shillings. That is my pure, as an insurer, my basic premium. I have to top up that with 35,000 and top it up with 18,000. So when you go to pay, and it's a total of 68,000, a total of 180,000 shillings, there are also obligations that I have to meet in terms of the requirements of government. So at the end of the day, this is a partnership. But look at my basic premium and look at my liability. So many people claim that probably third party does not work. Many people have been compensated up to 1 million shillings, and they say third party does not work. But it's a matter of the law. I received 23,000 shillings, I will compensate you up to 1 million shillings. I cannot go beyond the 1 million shillings. But there are alternatives. What we have done as the insurance industry is to create alternatives. So you will either take the basic cover, which is as per the law, or you can enhance your cover. I'm sure you have a phone. You can choose to buy airtime of 10,000, airtime of 2,000, and airtime of 5,000. The insurance industry has also done that. So you can choose then to pay a little more to enhance your cover. Remember, in the event of an accident, you might injure a pedestrian, you might injure passengers, but you might also cause damage to people's property. The basic motor third party, where you pay 23,000 shillings, where you pay 120,000 shillings for commercial. Very, very interesting. A motorbike is 4,000 shillings. If I add stamp duty and VAT, it goes to about 45,000 shillings. So, but you can.
But for all my bikes, I think I pay 50,000.
Which is roughly the amount of money.
Because they all have third party.
Absolutely.
The two of them,
but my basic premium
yes.
is 4,000 shillings. But what was I driving at? The issue of enhancing.
Yes, enhancing.
That for a little bit extra, you can buy what we call an enhanced motor third party cover. What that means is that your limits of liability can increase, for example, to up to 5 million shillings per person, 50 million in aggregate, and I'm just giving an example.
Yes.
And then you might introduce a property damage of about 5 million. So it means that even without comprehensive, which basically would cover for the damage to your own vehicle, you can at least be able to cater for expenses for those damages that you cause to vehicles of others, for example, up to a limit of 5 million shillings. This product is offered on the market. So please, if you're out there and you believe that probably the basic cover does not suit you, talk to your insurer. Talk to any of my 20 members who offer general insurance. They should be able to enhance your cover and give you a superior benefit beyond what is required by the law. The requirement under the law, the MTP Act, is what we follow as a basic premium. Every single year, and I think in 2023, we were able to write premiums of about 17 billion from just motor third party. This is just 1% of my industry premiums. I did about over almost 1.6 trillion. The contribution of MTP is just slightly below 1%.
Now,
you get the point. So at the end of the day,
watching us,
this is the social
one thing
protection
runs in
sort of
their
cover.
mind that,
Yeah.
how is this a profitable thing? Do you really? Yeah. And the other that also quickly comes is that maybe this is why it's very hard to many Ugandans to see through a claim and have the compensation given. Because I know many people are eager now to know, what is the process? Why do we see that many say getting the benefit of your insurance, apart from comprehensive, and you will later tell us along the show why comprehensive is doing very well compared to third party, that it's not very easy, Robert, to see it through, that there is so much the insurance company, your insurer will ask, there is so much this at the end of the day, even when you seem on the right track, you reach a point and you want to give up. Say maybe your car has been impounded by police, this person, the pedestrian, is still there, is saying, police is saying, no, you've not sorted issues with the pedestrian, so we can't let the vehicle go, treat this, that this claim, it is like a camel passing through the hole of a needle, the eye of a needle. Okay,
so there are about 2 or 3 things that I would want to address in your comment. First and foremost, I appreciate the fact that sometimes the process is a bit long. What we have done is we've automated the onboarding. So you can then be able to acquire and purchase and consume motor third party through a platform. But also what we are now trying to do is to ensure that at the end of the day, the claims are also automated. So we are working closely with the regulator, Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda, and we are almost at the tail end of developing a module for claims under motor third party. What that means is that the same way you will purchase the sticker should be the same way you should lodge a claim. That should make it easier for the public in terms of consuming motor third party. But also the other issue is in the limit of liability. I've already explained to you, there are quite a number of people who have engaged and we've compensated them up to the limit as per the law. But because the law at the end of the day was framed in 1989, probably it is no longer meeting or suiting the times of the economic times of today.
Very true.
And what has the insurance industry done? Again, we are working very closely with the regulator so that then we can influence changes within this law. What changes are we talking about? Can we enhance the limits of liability? Can we ensure that government, by the way, government as the framers of the law are exempted from MTP? The law exempts them. So we are saying, can we now also include government vehicles? Can we also include property damage so that we go beyond just the injured pedestrian, the injured passenger, and if there is cause and there is damage to other people's property, this MTP. These are things that we've benchmarked around the region. It happens across in Kenya. Can we also be able to include, like I said, government vehicles? Can we have a guarantee fund so that we can then be able to sort out those hit and run incidents? But also above it all, can we digitize the sticker? Because when we digitize, access is better. Access is easier at the end of the day, and more people will consume insurance. So it should be an end-to-end in terms of onboarding, but also in terms of claims, which should make the process easier. And we appreciate, we hear the cries out there, but claims are being paid by the insurance industry. I will tell you that in 2023, we paid over 80 billion under motor insurance claims. Over 80 billion under motor insurance, including motor third party. I will tell you that we paid over 400 billion in claims as an industry. Again, these are statistics that would show that the industry pays claims, but we pay genuine claims. We pay genuine claims. You who is listening to me and seeing me out there, the insurance industry pays genuine claims because it's a contract at the end of the day. If you don't have a valid motor third party sticker, the insurance industry cannot compensate you. The insurer cannot compensate you. If you've bought a fraudulent sticker, the insurer cannot compensate you. And we work closely with the police because the police are the enforcers of the law. If you're out there, you can even check. If you dial *185 *7 hash, you can even check on the validity of your motor third party sticker. At the end of the day, we've been integrated with the express penalty system. So it means that the sticker that is genuine can be verified by the police through the APS system. So these are initiatives to try and improve this product, try and ensure that we offer a better service for those that access motor third party.
I'm happy that you're trying to ensure that claims don't take longer, because one thing I know, if you can have that very successful, then many Ugandans see the benefit of having third party.
Absolutely.
It will not require anyone. Let me just give you an example. I have not seen any enforcement of comprehensive insurance, but because of the good stories that come in, my car was totally finished, I got another car. My car was damaged, it was repaired, and to the position even better than what it was before. Absolutely. So these testimonies just make it automatic. Absolutely. That now you'll hear the talk of everyone in the corporate world, everywhere. You've bought a very good car. You have comprehensive, and one will ask what is comprehensive. Well, your car, then someone will rush. So if we can have those good stories with third-party insurance, I just believe things will flow in, and enforcement even may not be a requirement. Now let's go to renewal. Sometimes you get to remember that your third party expired when the police have stopped you. Absolutely. So how easy, how convenient is it for me to renew my third party?
No, like I mentioned, we have a digital platform that we now use for you to be able to consume motor third party. So renewing your policy should be a lot easier, because all you then need to do is dial *185 *7 hash for Airtel, or *165 *4 hash for MTN. Even at the point at which the police has stopped you, you can be able to purchase a motor third party. But also what we are trying to do in the system is to ensure that we prompt the system to remind you at the end of the day. So we are improving and enhancing our system to auto-generate a reminder to those that purchase. And that is why it is important for you who is seeing me out there to ensure that you use your phone to purchase motor third party, because that phone number is registered in our platform, and it's the same number where we'll send a renewal notification. At times, because we use other people's phone numbers, then the notification will go to a wrong phone. So it's important that you use your own phone number, your own phone, to be able then to initiate a renewal for motor third party. Yeah.
Well, very interesting here. Technology is making things easier, but you must have done the way that you're advised. Use your phone, you'll get your quick reminder not to be stopped, and that is when you remember that my third party expired actually weeks ago, and then you're in check with police. You get a receipt of that is even worth or more than what your insurance, actually your third party, would be. Now, let's look at the difference between motor third party and comprehensive, because these are whole covers, insurance covers. But we are seeing one which is maybe even relatively new to our country, people embracing it more than the other.
Okay. But first of all, I want to emphasize, you mentioned that we have good stories under motor comprehensive. For your information, motor comprehensive is a superior cover and costs slightly more.
Yeah, it really costs some good money.
So if we have the good stories under motor comprehensive and people are being compensated, where they are paying a little bit more, there is no reason as to why the insurance industry should not compensate those that are paying the 23,000 shillings. The only challenge is that the limit of liability is defined in the law. You know, motor third party is an aspect of the law. How we charge in terms of the premium, how we compensate, up to what limit have been defined
by the law.
By the law. So it is just that the law in its current form requires that the compensation limit is up to 1 million shillings. But this then again ties into the question you've asked regarding the differences. Now, under motor third party, we will have the basic cover, which is as per the law. You can enhance that cover, like I mentioned, because that's the second layer under motor third party. You can enhance the cover and have an enhanced motor third party cover, which then would cover for third party property damage. But the difference between comprehensive and third party is that comprehensive will cover for the material damage of your vehicle. Because an accident will result in many things. Your car can get damaged. You can injure another person. You can injure passengers. You can also you can also damage property for third parties. So at the end of the day, comprehensive then would be able to offer cover or coverage for all those risks. Motor third party strictly covers you for liabilities against claims for third parties. And those are passengers in your vehicle who are not your family, or the pedestrian who is on the road. So the difference really, motor comprehensive will cover you, will cover your car, the damages to your car. Motor third party will cover for the injuries you cause to other passengers or pedestrians. And those are the third parties who are not part of this insurance contract, because that MTP contract has 3 parties. You have the insurer, you have the insured, and you have the third parties, who are the pedestrians and the passengers, who are not party to this contract between you and the insurer.
Now, why then are we seeing, because I have a good testimony of the power of comprehensive insurance.
Absolutely.
And it didn't take a long time, to be honest. And the interesting thing is, the bike is returned almost better than what it was like. And I've had other colleagues, the BM Club, where they've even gotten new machines. I remember one of the prominent politicians, he was once the mayor, Hajima Merito, when his car got burned.
Absolutely.
Because of comprehensive, I witnessed him getting a brand new. So why do we see what is more expensive, taking more money, easy to be compensated, and then this that seems harder?
I think it's just really lack of knowledge. That the majority of people out there who are consuming MTP or motor third party do not understand how it operates. So probably they don't even bother to lodge in a claim. So there is a lot of misconceptions. there's a lot of lack of knowledge around how motor third party, and that is the spirit of this campaign. Can we empower the public to understand and appreciate their rights under motor third party? That is key. Because like I mentioned, motor comprehensive, by the time the person buys or purchases motor comprehensive, they understand the risk that they face.
Yes.
So therefore, they should then be able to engage their insurer and be able to get compensation out of any accident that may arise from the use of their motor vehicle. Motor third party, because of a lack of that knowledge, sometimes people do not actually proceed to claim. Or because people don't understand how insurance, because Nyonyintono, insurance is a contract. For you to purchase insurance, you're hoping that you will be compensated in the event of an accident. But when that accident arises or occurs, there is a process through which you will get compensated. One of those is probably for you to inform the police.
Yeah, as a must, by the way, yes.
Yeah, for you to fill in a claim form. These are processes that the insurer goes through to ensure that they pay genuine claims. 23,000 or 68,000 against 1 million. I must verify. I must collect documentation. I must ensure that I work with the police. Because at the end of that day, I would want to pay a genuine claim. Under motor comprehensive, the majority of those that take this cover probably are more enlightened and understand how the policy works. Vuga Kushua, Drive Sure, the spirit of the campaign is to empower people, for them to appreciate and understand that that motor third-party sticker is not for the police. It is for you,
yes,
and for your own interests. And don't stop at the basic cover. You can even enhance it and buy a superior cover. Engage your insurer. So it's about information, it's about lack of and misinformation. But at the end of the day, I need to tell the public out there that many of us keep complaining that there are no drugs in hospitals. Because the majority, if you go to many of these public hospitals, a big chunk of their budget goes into accident-related victims, treating accident-related victims that ideally would be benefiting under the motor third-party cover. So funds are diverted to cater for accident victims. Who would be, so in a way, we are doing a disservice to this government. And again, ultimately to ourselves. So instead of purchasing motor third party at 68,000 shillings, and in the event of an accident, you call upon your insurer to provide some form of compensation as guided by the law. You will take the victim to Mulago, abandon them there. Mulago would then have to get a budget to cater for that victim. Funds that would ideally go into treating certain other ailments, go into accident-related treatments, which then is a disservice. So at the end of the day, you as a motorist, you as a passenger, please check and ensure the vehicle that is taking you to whatever destination has motor third party. Because it's a responsibility for us.
And actually it benefits you if you're a passenger in this car in case of an eventuality, if the car has a valid motor third party, then at least your 1M is not much, but it does so much in times when you need it. I've seen people held in hospital for funny bills.
Absolutely.
When you go to the casualty ward in Mulago Hospital, you'll hear stories. At least they asked for this, that, and I didn't have that. When you go to private hospitals, sometimes even accidents may not be that very, very serious. 500, they can work on something and you're done and you've gone. So the value, and one of the words that I take home is insurance. When you have third-party insurance, you're buying peace of mind.
Absolutely.
That you're not going to be worried of the person you knocked, of course, accidentally. You'll know that my insurer is handling that. You know that I have this third party. If I follow the procedure, maybe before we leave Chisache, let's try to dive deeper into the procedure for one to lodge a claim successfully, because most of the times we want to work in reverse and we miss steps, yet they're very important.
Absolutely.
I've seen people's homes being broken into. The whole village comes and looks around. Then they go and bring sniffer dogs. They have contaminated the scene. So the sniffer dogs can do nothing. So when this accident happens, me, the person the driver of this car, maybe even the passenger. What must I do and how do I follow through?
Okay. So like I mentioned, the most important thing is to ensure that the victim, the one that is injured, accesses medical treatment.
Yes, that is on my side. Immediately rush that person to the nearest health facility.
And these are all steps. Then you must then be able to notify the police. Because at the end of the day, the insurer will rely on a police report.
Yes.
They are the enforcers of the law. They understand the dynamics around this sort of accidents. So notify the police and also notify. But then again, of course, how do you notify the insurer? Have a bit of formal communication. Send them an email. Call your insurer. Walk to your insurer. Notify them of this claim. They will then guide you on the rest of the steps. Some of the things that would require are as simple as an identity card. We all have now national IDs.
Yes.
Every single one of us has a national ID. We will require a police statement. In the event of a death, there must be a death certificate. Because remember, it's for injuries or
death.
So in the event of a death, there will be a death certificate. The biggest issue is that at times there is an obligation on the side of the insured to provide this documentation that they may not be able to access from the injured party. And that is why with now automation and centralization, we're trying to see how do we link this MTP to all the relevant bodies in government.
NIRA has that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes. Can we then be able to verify a national ID quickly? Can we be able to verify the motor vehicle very quickly? Can we be able to verify the police statement quickly? There are those integrations that we must do to make the process easier. But also, if you look at the law, like I mentioned, there are things that we need to change within the law to make it a little easier for people to claim. So those are processes that are ongoing. Those are issues that we are embarking on. But at the end of that day, once you notify your insurer, they will also give you the details of what you will require. Probably there are some statements or there are some documents I may have left out, but the insurer, the moment you notify your insurer, they will guide you. They have that obligation to guide you and let you know of which documents they will require to be able to settle that claim. Documentation is part and parcel of claims processes. The motor comprehensive you're talking about, I am sure Mr. Mamirito must have provided documentation.
Yes,
that is,
you do.
That is the responsibility of that part of the party, the insured, within the insurance arrangement or the insurance contract. They are obligations. It does not mean that because the insurer is asking for your identification, that they don't want to.
They're dodging to.
No. It is just simply a process. Even when we automate, you may be required to update or upload your national ID. Those are standard requirements. But how do we make it easy to service you at the point at which you are without necessarily having to move long distance? Because again, that also adds to the cost in terms of processing this claim. And that is not what we want as insurers. So at the end of the day, automation is one of those that is going to support us. But the insurance industry pays claims. The insurance industry compensates. The insurance industry, and the only reason we exist as insurers is to pay claims. If we're not paying claims, then at the end of the day, our purpose is not there as insurers.
It's not there.
Yeah.
Now, just slightly different. Now, when I take this person to hospital, because we don't want someone who is viewing us to come up and abandon someone, maybe a private hospital, because not all these, it can be nearby a private hospital. If the cost I'm spending before seeing through that claim, can that be compensated if it's within the law, if it's not above $1 million at the end of the day? Because someone may drop someone there and then bring documentation and begin telling people, you see, treat because the insurance is going to handle this. When this is seen through, you're going to get your $1 million. Why should I now spend money on this person?
Now, first of all, first and foremost, because you've taken up insurance and you have a motor third-party cover, it does not take away your obligations as the one who has caused that accident. You still have obligations.
Yes.
What the $1 million would pay for is for the injuries and in the event of death to offer some sort of compensation. But like we are all aware, certain times those costs may go beyond
Yes.
That 1 million shillings. That does not take away your responsibility. In any case, if the insurer has paid up to 1 million, and there are still costs that you must be able to then incur. Because remember, at the end of the day, you're responsible, you've caused
the accident.
So it doesn't take away your obligation and your role as the person or the motorist who has caused an accident, because you have motor third party. So it doesn't mean that you will abandon someone and simply say the insurer will. So the insurer has a limit. So you still have an obligation as a motorist. And that is why it is important for you to understand the risk and be able to enhance your cover and get a bit of extra benefits out of your motor third party. So that, again, in the times that we are in, and as we push to amend the law for better benefits, you are covered under the enhanced motor third party. So I hope that is clear to our viewers, that we still have an obligation. And that is why it's a social protection cover. Because if it were your family, you would then be able to go through all those processes without necessarily having any challenges. But if it's a third party, there is a tendency to try and cut corners and ignore some of the things that are fundamental in terms of ensuring that the third party is well catered for. Okay? Yeah.
Well, thank you for that clarification, because you've gotten a certain category. There is high levels of arrogance cropping up, where someone will simply say, deal with my insurance, you know. Someone is at a clinics getting bills, I've handed over to my insurance. Now deal with the insurance now. It all becomes, but the good thing is you've emphasized, it doesn't take your obligations as a person who has caused this accident. Well, we must get out of here, but before we do, let me just have your final remark, Chisache.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for hosting me and for the interactive sort of discussion we've had. I just want to emphasize to the public out there that insurance is what would give you peace of mind. As you drive your vehicle on the road, take up insurance, so that in the event of an accident, you have a fallback position. You have a beginning point. You have a partner that you can rely on, that you can call to offer you some sort of relief that is commensurate to what you've paid them through the policy that you've received. Please contact your insurer. Engage your insurer. Do not simply buy a motor third party sticker, stick it on your vehicle, and that is the end of it. You have a right to engage your insurer. If you've bought that sticker from any of the members of the Uganda Insurance Association, please go and engage those members. If you can't, please come to the association. You can also engage us to be able to give you information that would empower you to make a good decision. Don't wait for the claim to occur. Do not wait for the claim to occur. The moment you buy a sticker, engage your agent. Find out the details that you would require, so that when the claim occurs, when the accident occurs, you have the information and it makes it easy. At times when the claim occurs, many people are confused and they don't know what to do. But if you have that information before, prior, at the point at which you purchase, insurance companies do not fear compensating. If you go and ask, it's within your rights. We will not suspect that you're planning anything. No, we are just simply empowering you. So engage your insurer, have information, so that when the claim occurs, you have this information and can then act upon it.
Well, thank you so much, Jonan Chisache, the CEO of the Uganda Insurers Association. Thank you so much for your time and, of course, that very informative discussion that we have had. I hope you've picked something, but above all, make sure you have a valid sticker. Today we have so many blockers, either legally or everywhere. It's like you can buy a motor third party everywhere, which is good, but it must be a genuine third party. Then second, like you said, have information. Information is power. You know, when you cause an accident, there's a way you switch off that panic. Someone is spilling blood, the people that come around, you may miss key steps that are very relevant for you to see your claim through. So have that information so that you know what to do when uncertainty befalls you. See you tomorrow, God wishing. Have a lovely day. Keep it with us on UBC TV. There's so much coming up your way. We are here 24/7. So we never close and we keep on inspiring Uganda. Robert Chirabo Nyonyitono, for God and my country.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Pick of the day on UBC.
He expected me to die like within the first 2 years.
Out of the blue, the child will get pains, especially in the wrists. And this happens commonly when children are starting to walk.
Was brought to you by.
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks. Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000. Or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily, or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Once upon a time, there lived identical twins who gave birth to beautiful princes and princesses.
Their mothers give their babies' bodies a lot of care by applying on their skin with baby Junior jelly.
Though dried-their chariots and everyone would admire their glowing skin. Fun fact, Baby Junior prevents diaper rash, dry and sensitive skin.
Moms all over Africa love baby Junior jelly. Baby Junior's the skin. No more worries anymore. Boo, 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 boo. Baby Junior.
Baby Junior.
Hey, business people of Uganda, the Ugandan National Lottery is coming. It's the perfect opportunity to boost your business. Zimba your business by becoming an authorized Uganda National Lottery agent. By paying a security deposit of just 250,000 shillings, you will receive your very own Uganda National Lottery terminal, expert training from the pros themselves, and marketing materials to skyrocket your sales. And with a generous 5% commission on every ticket sold, the potential for earnings is limitless. Don't miss out. Act now and call us toll-free at 0800 33 44 33 to see if you qualify. Join us today and Zimba your business. Ituba Uganda is regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Junko. Yo. What you check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
I've been out of the parish development